so very much for staying with us. And in case you're just joining us, you are right on time for our gold conversation. And today we will be continuing with our conversation on aflatoxin contamination in maize, which is not only a threat to food security in Kenya, but also a threat to human health. And to shed more light on that, we had to bring back Mr. Elijah. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation. And also today we do have on set Mr. Morris Mwenda, who is a food safety consultant. Thank you so very much for making time to be with us on the program today. And I want us to start at the very beginning. Kuna mtu anasikia aflatoxin na hata labda ajui hiyo ni nini, but anajua ni kitu ambayo inapatikana kwa mahindi. Please, I'm going to start with you, Mr. Morris. Please shed more light on what exactly is aflatoxin.
So basically, aflatoxins, these are chemicals produced by fungus. Basically, there are various types of these fungus. That is parasiticus, and then we have the one that is called flavus. So basically, what happens is that it's normally, fungus is normally found on the soil. So you'll normally find it there. So generally it's found in the soil. But now what happens now in the context of today, which is the maize, is that due to drought stress, or basically the heat conditions, and also either nutrient deficiency, like what you are showing, if the plants have been attacked by insects and the rest, so it becomes more vulnerable to that. So that it's basically a chemical that is produced, toxins basically produced from fungus,
right?
Basically found on the soil.
So what I've picked from that is kukiwa na drought, your crops are also highly susceptible to aflatoxin.
Yes.
Kama pests wameattack shamba yako sana, that is also a factor.
And also the climatic conditions.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So more heat in a favor.
It favors, yes. It becomes more susceptible to attack by the aflatoxin.
Is the reverse true? Kama ni region ambayo ni baridi, kunanyesha sana, there's no joto sana, inamaanisha aflatoxin levels ziko chini.
Yes.
All right.
And you'll see the statistics basically. Like if you check the statistics and the research that have been done, various parts of the country, like the eastern part, that is like Makueni, basically the aflatoxin levels are so high if compared to areas like Embu and the rest of the areas.
Yeah. Kwa hivyo nikienda kusema sehemu Rift Valley huko, Western, kama huko Kakamega mali tulikuwa, I'll find the aflatoxin levels there
it will
less
be there, but
than Eastern.
Less. Yeah.
All right. I'll come to you, Mr. Elijah.
Yes.
Kuna mkulima anataka kujua hii aflatoxin is iki affect mahindi yako. Is this something you can't see? Is there a physical, ama ni kitu haiko, ama sisi tukiona mahindi imekuwa nyeusi kidogo like the pictures we had earlier, tunasema hiyo ni aflatoxin. Can you see it? Is it something that has like a physical look that a farmer can detect from the farm, ama hata during storage that yes, hapa kuna aflatoxin infestation?
Thank you. As my colleague has said, aflatoxin isn't something that is physical. You can't see.
You can't see it?
No. But there are some, because even in some cases, you can have the most white maize. Unasema, this is the most green. But when aflatoxin only can be seen through a lab analysis. So when it's taken to the lab, you find, ile ulikuwa unasema it's the most green, you find it has the highest level of aflatoxin. But at times, you find your maize or your dried maize at the heart. Pale, when I say the heart, ni pale mmea utaanza kutokelezea. You find like the maize has started turning yellowish. That can be, I didn't say it's a sign, but it can be a sign of aflatoxin.
Hiyo iko kwa shamba ama kwa storage?
Kwa storage. But that can only now be determined whether it's aflatoxin through the lab analysis.
Right.
Yes.
Kwa hivyo si kitu ambao unaweza enda tu uangalie kala useme, this is something that is forming, this is aflatoxin. You have to do a lab test.
Yeah, you have to do a lab test. But tena, the maize that the maize that is rotten, has mold, basically, and I'm sure our food nutritionist will say the same. It also has some contamination. It's already contaminated. One, not safe for human consumption, and not also safe for livestock consumption.
Right. Great.
Just to add, what he's saying, aflatoxin is actually invisible. and it is tasteless, and it is colorless. So you can't see.
Invisible, tasteless
and colorless.
Kwa hivyo usiende tu hapo uangalie mahindi useme hii haina aflatoxin inakaa vizuri sana. You need to do a lab test.
Exactly.
So once we do the lab test, kuna ile limit ama ile, you know, the range that is allowed. A safe level of aflatoxin. I don't know why I feel like that already sounds so bad because you're eating something that is already not so good, but kuna hiyo level that is safe. Please talk to us what those levels are. Ile ikipimwa, ikipatikana na hii range ya aflatoxin iko tu sawa, but ikifika wapi ndo inakuwa now this is a problem.
Good. So as I said earlier, we have different types of aflatoxin first. So we have B1, we have B2, we have G1, and we have G2. So basically in this context, you realize that all of them, you'll find them in very minute levels, but B1 is the one of concern, basically, because that is the one that is more carcinogenic.
P1?
B1. Yes, B1.
Okay.
Now, in our context here, we have what you call the maximum residue levels, basically, that has been set by the Kenya Bureau of Standards. It's failing the maize. It should be not more than 10 micrograms per kg, or rather 10 parts per billion.
10 micrograms per kg.
Or 10 parts per billion.
10 parts per billion.
Yeah, ppb.
Okay.
Yes.
Tutumie ile lugha ya sana todorere.
I try to
10 micrograms per kg.
Yes.
Hiyo iko within safe.
It's the maximum residual levels, but it's more safer.
Okay.
That's the maximum that you're supposed to have.
Okay. So ikianza kufika tuko 11, 12, 15, that is a danger.
Yes, it's a danger zone. It's a danger zone.
And is the range the same for all the countries? Tuseme pengine I'm exporting to the European nations. Are the limits the same? Ya 10 micrograms per kg, ama kuna wengine who are more strict on what those levels of aflatoxin need to be?
Yeah, like you've seen, especially within the European market, they are very stringent. I would say first, there are some also countries that do not have standards basically on aflatoxin. For us, it's a step first to have that conversation. Just trying to pick it from the European market, you realize they are more stricter basically on requirement. Basically, on the amount of aflatoxin that you're supposed to have.
Right.
So the European market is a little bit strict.
Right.
But I need to check what is the requirement for them if the standards exist. For the groundnut is within the Kenya, the maximum, you see the other day, the butternut and the rest, there are some that were suspended sometimes back. The maximum residue levels as per Kenya Bureau of Standards is 15 ppb part per billion.
So 15 micrograms per kg. For groundnuts, but for maize is 10 micrograms per kg.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. We want to take another break right now, but when we come back, mnakumbuka Elijah aliambia wakulima last time, if you want to store your maize vizuri, mahali ambapo haitapata hiyo aflatoxin, we use what bags?
The hematic bags.
Hematic bags. Kwa hivyo leo amekuja na hematic bags yenyewe, anataka kutuonesha jinsi inakaa so that you as a farmer back at home uhakikishe when you get your good harvest this season, you're not exposing them to the contamination of aflatoxin. That and more will be coming to you after this break. Lakini pia, kama uko na swali, please remember you can call us on 0742 961 343. See you after this break.